Hello, and welcome back to the Knitting Artisan podcast. I'm Cindy, and I thought I would make a video of knitting casually on my blanket that is a wedding gift for a couple. And I thought I'd invite you to sit with me, grab your knitting and your favorite drink, and just sit a spell, enjoy a little conversation, and some quiet parallel hanging out while I play some relaxing music. Thank you for joining me. The blanket I'm knitting on is the Merrin Blanket by Triona Murphy. It is a beautiful worsted weight Afghan that has cables all over the front of it. There's a little ribbing at the top and at the bottom, and a little bit of ribbing at each edge to prevent some curling. You will remember seeing this blanket way back in episode 1. I am late getting this to my friend, and now I'm getting a text message from my lovely photographer. So this is a surprise, and you're the first to know about it now. I've designed a shawl pattern that I'm going to offer for free, and my lovely photographer is communicating with me about her photographs. So that's what I'm pausing to do here. I wanted this to feel just like getting together with friends, and one of the inescapable realities of life in the new millennium is text messages. So I hope you'll forgive me this momentary diversion. I'll get back to knitting here in just a minute. I want this to be a very relaxing video, almost like ASMR. Are any of you familiar with that? It stands for Auto Sensory Meridian Response, and it basically is just a form of relaxation. If you go looking around on YouTube, you'll find many ASMR artists. Now, I don't claim to be one myself. However, I am getting feedback that my videos do seem to be relaxing, and I am incredibly honored that people feel that way. So I thought I would invite you along to just sit with me while I knit, and let's relax together. Now on this particular row, this is a right side row. Although I do have the blanket flipped so that you can see the right side of this blanket, but I am working a right side row. I am about halfway through this blanket, and this particular row is full of cabling. So my first goal was to record some short videos showing me performing cables with and without a cable needle. So you'll just see me working lots of cables. And yes, you do see me working on a paid for pattern. However, There are 40 rows in this chart. So even if you write down what I'm doing, you're not going to be able to recreate this pattern. So all is well there. And I do highly recommend, if you enjoy cabling, very much recommend this blanket. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'd love to know what you all think about the music I choose for my channel. I do very much enjoy relaxing music when I'm in the mood to relax. I enjoy many genres of music. I'm getting my feet underneath me as a content creator, and I'm discovering right along with all of you the type of content I enjoy creating. I'm discovering that I really enjoy creating videos to go along with the music that I find. So those of you who have stuck around as subscribers, you're noticing that I am also uploading shorter videos as separate content. So when I upload a new episode, I'm also releasing the intros and outros and other supportive segments out of my podcast. The reason I'm doing that is because my son really enjoys that music, and he loves seeing the pictures of himself and of his sister and mom and of the travels we go on. My mother and stepfather are also really enjoying them as well as I am. I hope you equally enjoy them, but if you don't, do know that I am putting those videos in a separate playlist. So hopefully if you do enjoy them, you can go straight to that playlist and enjoy them. Enjoy listening to the music while you work as well. Or perhaps you could go to the podcast playlist and avoid them altogether if they seem redundant to you. But I hope you'll be patient with my little family since it seems to be working for us. I noticed something in recording this footage for this video, and that is, with a camera watching, I make so many more flubs. I'm so much more hyper aware of my knitting, so it's going to look a little less fluid, but that's okay. This is an enjoyable process, and I hope we all just enjoy knitting and don't worry about whether we knit continental or English style. This is supposed to be an enjoyable pastime. And then in the end, we have something beautiful to show for our time. If you are new to knitting cables, this blue needle you see me holding here is called a cable needle. And that helps you to create these beautiful crisscrosses in the fabric. So cables are absolutely beautiful and they look so much more difficult than they actually are. All you're doing is rearranging the order in which you knit stitches. And depending on whether you want your cable to cross left or to cross right, that will determine whether you hold your needle in the front of your work or the back of your work. I would love to know something from all of you, and that is, what is your favorite way to knit? And by that, I mean, where do you enjoy sitting? What do you like to drink? Do you enjoy snuggling up under a blanket like I am? Or, what is your preference? Do you knit anywhere? Do you mainly only knit at home? Tell me all about it. So that red cable you see there is a dead giveaway for the needles that I choose to use most of the time. Do you recognize that red lace chalgoo? Yeah, it's definitely my favorite. When it comes to the sharp points and the surgical stainless steel that allows your yarn to glide, the joins are smooth and that cable has no memory. And I know we all have different preferences for needles, and I love that there are so many different styles, and that way it suits many different types of knitters. So what is your favorite? Do you prefer wood or bamboo, metal, acrylic, straight needles, DPNs, circulars, and then do you have a large collection of fixed circulars, or do you prefer interchangeables? So that's an interesting discussion too, I think. I'd like to take a moment to tell you all about this sweet little pattern that my friend Judy of the Autumn Acorn podcast has designed, and it's called the Forest Mat. And let me tell you just a little bit about it. It uses worsted weight yarn and US size 8 and 9 knitting needles. Judy describes it as a fun to knit mat that's whimsical and felted. It's perfect for sitting in the forest while waiting for fairies. Toss it into your bag and enjoy your mat while sitting in the forest, at the park, a sporting event, or outdoor concert. It's the perfect cozy mat for everywhere you travel. She has a couple different versions. There is a colorwork version, and there's this one that has these sweet little mushrooms that I absolutely adore. And by the way, if you have not checked Judy out over at her corner of YouTube, definitely go enjoy her podcast called The Autumn Acorn. Her podcast is equally relaxing, and she is so creative. She has so many patterns that she has designed. And if you stop by over there, please tell her that Cindy of Knitting Artisan sent you. And since I have shared with you about my friend Judy and her knitting podcast and the lovely patterns she designs, I'd also like to take a moment to tell you about Jill of Fiber Floozy Crafts. If you have not subscribed to her, you definitely need to go do it now. You can see all the kinds of videos that she puts up here. She has lives. She has a wonderful she shed. She does yarn and craft hauls, giveaways. She goes on walks with her dogs. Her doggy Cerberus is her mascot. Chats, and Friday nights are especially fun to me because she has a true crime podcast and also a true crime book club. Now on Friday nights we're actually doing a knit along for a beginner level sweater. So if you haven't yet, go subscribe to Jill and come hang out with us on Friday nights. So you can see the lovely blanket on your screen now by Ekaterina Filipova Blanchard. This is Taiga, and this is the next blanket that I'm going to be knitting. I've been so blessed to be hired to knit this for a friend, so that is going to be on my needles next. So you see why it's important for me to get this blanket finished and off the needles. That needle is immediately going to be in use for something else. And you can see now that I am now doing cables without a cable needle. It does mean that the process is a little bit faster, so I wanted to show you what it looks like to do a cable without a cable needle. However, if you're a beginner, do not feel bad about using that cable needle. It keeps those stitches snug and safe without worrying about them running and dropping stitches. Look at that. You can finally see the end of the row approaching. And I want to thank you for hanging out with me while I knit and chat a little bit. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what you enjoy seeing most. Do you like these sit together and knit and chat videos? Do you enjoy podcasts? Do you like the extras that I throw up on my channel? Leave your thoughts below. So I'm going to finish the row by performing the rest of these cables without a cable needle, just to let you see those once again. that is all for now. I very much enjoyed our time together, and I look forward to when we can knit again soon. Please give me a like, subscribe if you haven't, and comment below. Thank you for all my returning viewers and my new subscribers. Until next time.